Hi there traders, this is Chris from Elite Currency. Time again for the euro dollar and pound dollar analysis. Euro dollar daily chart here, and looking at a couple of dojis here, a bit of indecision as I think wave C might be starting. So as we've been already mentioning before, this could be a 5-wave up, although on a daily chart it does look like a 3-wave. That remains a little bit of an open question, but no matter whether this is going to be an ABC of a wave 2 or an ABC of maybe a wave 4, you know, this is probably going to be a wave C. So from that point of view, it does not matter that much. Wave C is what we're expecting at this moment. Now, yesterday was a doji, Friday was a doji, so still waiting kind of for a clear break below this support trend line, and there could be a breakout. Probably, well, there are several support levels that could play a role. 117.50, 117, and 116.50 primarily are the levels to think about. I think that basically all three could make sense, and I think that there could be, if it gets down to 116.50, a head and shoulders pattern, with here being the left shoulder, here the head, and here the right shoulder. So that's still a factor and a pattern that could play out as a reversal pattern. So price is breaking. Let's see if it broke above this resistance. Let's see if it can break below support, bounce, and then continue upwards as I expect. Let me show you with my drawing tool. There we go, like this, or maybe even with an extra push, and then I'm not sure if it will be that deep, but one of these fibs, right, in this zone, we could get the bounce to the upside. So that's what I'm expecting for the moment. Let's see if that happens. Primarily interested in this bearish breakout, to be honest. And if it does break to the upside, which I don't expect, but if it does, there could be some push to basically the -272 target, and also, of course, be careful of the 120 round level. All right, but I'm not expecting a bullish breakout, but if it does, you got to be on guard, be flexible, and there could be a small breakout to challenge this top. That's, of course, still a very important resistance level. So nothing new. I mean, if this is something that I already mentioned during the weekend, yeah, that's because nothing really happened that much in the meantime, so maybe a bit of a repetition there. I hope you don't mind. But, you know, we do this every 2 days, so sometimes if the market doesn't move too much, it's kind of the same pattern still, the same structure at this point. With regard to this breakout, well, it could happen today. You can see that the euro dollar pushed lower, was unable to break it, bounced, and now it could be retesting it. Let's see if it breaks, because there's still a little bit of a gap. It could maybe bounce one more time, close that gap, and fall. So I think from this perspective, if price were to get higher, up at 119.25, maybe even 119, right? Those could be resistance levels for downside. And if price then breaks through this support trend line, some good momentum on the hourly chart, pull back to the 50 fib, and then a continuation would seem likely. So that's what I'm looking for. I think a breakout candle on the 4-hour chart would look good like this. On the hourly chart, we should probably see several candles. We should maybe see some kind of pullback to the 50 fib, 38 fib, and a continuation is likely to the 50 fib at 117.50. Then if there's a bear flag like this, there could be one more push or two more pushes still as this price continues in this downtrend channel. All right, so let's see if that happens, whether price breaks or whether it first retests the resistance levels higher. Let's take a look at the pound. Pound bounced strongly at 38.2 fib. Almost, you know, made me wonder if that could be the bouncing spot, but still avoided it because there was a strong candle here. That was kind of the difficult part about avoiding a trade here. But the thing was that ultimately I expected a bigger correction, as I said, preferably down to the 61.8 fib before price bounced. And it was a bit early, this bounce. So what I was looking for instead was some kind of triangle like this, and I would trade the break. The triangle never happened, and you can see prices heading lower. In fact, in my wave analysis this morning, I have this marked as an ABC, and indeed, price continuing lower within this wave C. This is already behind us, but maybe some of you look at my wave analysis too. So then you knew about this. You know, now this has already happened. It is happening as we speak. So it looks like an ABC indeed. And this wave B sometimes is tricky. I mean, I managed to avoid this wave B just because of the time factor. I thought it was too soon for the uptrend to continue, and I was expecting a deeper retracement. or I was expecting a bull flag. So we didn't have a bull flag yet because this was the first point of that bull flag. What we needed to have basically was price probably approach it again and then break after that, right? That would have been a good breakout of the flag. This was not a flag as yet, and indeed we're getting the downside. So I'm expecting price to bounce personally anywhere here, and that could be a good entry, or sorry, not an entry right at these levels. I'm not looking at a direct entry. I should say that could be an interesting decision zone, I should say, where I will be looking for candlestick patterns in this zone and looking for upside. That's what I'll be looking for, basically. I mean, 61.8 would be the best. And then we'll see, is this indeed going to bounce and continue to test the high? For the moment, it looks like that. I think it's a pretty good chance. Of course, if price breaks below this bottom and the support trend line, then the uptrend is not as I expected. But for the moment, these broken tops look good, and I think that that could be a good continuation point, decision zone, for a retest of the top here at, well, let's take a look what it is. It is at 136.50. So that's what I'm expecting. Retracement, bounce to target on the pound dollar. Once again, looking at candlestick patterns on the 4-hour chart for such a bounce. All right, so that's my 2 cents, my view at the moment. Check out elitecurrency.com for more info, free material, free articles, free indicators, etc. PDFs, all, you name it, that's all there. And wish you all good trading. Cheers.